chair or a counter or a wall for balance. And you can, if you prefer, you can wear shoes to give your feet support, because we are going to be working on our toes a little bit. So let's start with our legs right under our hips in parallel. The chest is wide open. The shoulders are down. The neck is long. You're going to put your ear over your shoulder over your rib over your hip over your knee, and your knee over your ankle. So you're in one straight line. You're not here, or you're not here. You're in one straight line like a pencil. Keeping your abs in, your ribs wrapped, and your pelvic floor lifted. So let's start with some leg lifts in the front and then back down. Up, back down. When you come back down, do a toe heel action to get friendly with the floor with your feet. Up, toe heel. Up, toe heel. Up, toe heel. Up, toe heel. Now let's try that same thing to the side. Make sure you turn out here, because you're going to go out to the side. So it's up, toe heel. When you lift that leg, don't hike the hip. Don't change the body. Keep the body very solid, very supported. Up, toe heel. Up, toe heel. Up, 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 up. Good job. Now, from this turned out position with the heels together and the toes apart, let's lift the leg to the side, and keeping the knee at hip height, you're going to draw a horizontal figure 8 with your toe, keeping that knee at hip height. So it's an 8 in and out, where you're getting the external and internal rotation, working the inner thigh, the outer thigh, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep lifting through the trunk, 3, 2, and 1, and bring it down. Now from here, we're going to take it straight out to the side, brushing the foot, the toe out, and then bring it back in. So you're going to brush the toe out, lift the leg, bring the toe back down, and then the heel. I'm going to keep the leg straight. I'm going to keep the pelvis quiet. It's a brush step. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, squeeze those glutes together, 7, 8. Good job. Now take it out. Turn the leg that's out in, so the knee is facing forward. Now we're going to work all of the abduction of the outer thigh. And we're going to tap it. Tap it. But the tap is a hot potato tap. It doesn't stay there long. Keep the knee forward, working this area of the body, tapping. Try to stay long on your standing leg, and breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to feel fatigue quite quickly. Now, turn out again. Bring it across the midline. Flex the foot. And you're going to feel the inner thigh kick in. Not so much the quad, but the inner thigh. And you're going to lift crossing the midline of the body. Find that standing leg strong. Breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold it there and point your toe and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. That upper body remains square. Point, flex, point, flex. Lift a little higher and press. 2, 3. Lead with the inner thigh. 4, 3, 2, 1. One more set of point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point flex, point flex. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Before we go to the other leg, let's just practice some plies, or sort of the push up to the lower body. Make sure that you find your big toe, little toe, and heel foot center in both feet. That brings architecture to the feet and keeps your feet in a good, solid position. Make sure your knees don't collapse into the center. Keep that knee over the toe. So if you're not externally rotated a lot, you might want to keep your toes in a little more, depending on your amount of external rotation. So keep those knees over the toes, plie down and lift. You choose how low you want to go. Down and lift. You have 2 contractions happening here, the concentric and the eccentric. So when you go down, make sure you squeeze everything back up. Like you have magnets from here to here, and they're squeezing up to your hip flexors. Down and squeeze. Down, squeeze. Breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. Keep those knees out and lift the right and the left, and the right and the left. Let's go right, left, up, 2. Right, left, up, 2. Right, left, up, 2. 1 more. Left, up, 2. Great. You'll feel that in your inner thighs. Now it's time for the other leg. So we're going to start with our legs right below our hips. Standing tall like we talked about before. And we're going to lift that leg and then toe, heel, back down. Lift, toe, heel. It's a marching movement. Up, toe, heel. Up, toe, heel. Up, toe, heel. 4, 3, 2, 1, and turn out. Heels together, toes apart. Now to the side. No hiking of the hip. 1, 2, 3, toe, heel. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. Now, from this turned out position, with a strong standing leg, we're going to pick up this leg and we're going to go into the figure 8. We're going to go in and then out. We're going to cross the midline and then back out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, bring it down, take the left leg out, turn it towards the front wall so there's no external rotation, and we're going to do the hot potato. Tap it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, abs are in, strong standing leg. 1 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn it out again. Cross the midline. Flex the foot. Lift from the inner thigh. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Point it. Flex it. Point it. Flex it. Point it. Flex. Point. Flex. Lift higher and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Point flex, point flex, point flex, point flex, point flex, and rest. Good job. So now we don't have to do our sideline legs because we've done them in vertical today. With the bar work. So now we're going to move to the mat. Take your shoes off at this point. And I'm going to change the angle of the camera so you can have a better view of me. So we're going to start in standing. We're going to roll down our spine. And then we're going to walk out into the plank. Here we are. Let's do our planks right now in front. Pull the abs in and hold. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, working those abs, working the shoulders, working the legs. 3, 2, 1. We're going to turn and hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep breathing. 3, 2, turn again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, back down, hold it there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Gently bring your knees down and take a little break for a nice rest pose here. And hold. Before we move on to our lumbo-pelvic movement, I would like to make sure that we do the reverse plank. Forgot my rings. And now we're going to do the reverse plank, and that will include all of our positions. Pull your abs in, open your chest. You can bend the knees on this if you choose, or straight leg with your heels into the floor, and lift those hips high off the floor, pulling the ribs in, and breathe. For 8, 7, 6, keep the height of the pelvis. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right. Shake it out. Those wrists take a beating on this. And remember, if you don't want to use your wrist, you can always do this on your elbows. So let's go to the floor and work some inner thighs and some lumbo-pelvic articulation to get our bodies ready for the mat work. So we're going to lift up into the pubic bone and then press that tailbone into the floor. So we're going to do a posterior tilt and an anterior tilt. Up and back. Post your feet, knees floating to the ceiling. Upper body is open, but active. Up and down. Find your abs, wrap your ribs, and circle the hips, warming up that lower body area. And reverse it. Holding it right there into the neutral pelvis before we go up the spine, one vertebra at a time. This is called articulation. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. All the way up to the tips of the shoulder blades, hips high, and roll down, one vertebra at a time. Massaging each area as we lift off again, using your breath. And then take your inhale again and roll back down. This time we're going to stay up. Hold it there. Keep it high. Squeeze the glutes. And let's march 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to stabilize through the pelvis. 5, 6, 7, 8. Toes up. Walk it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now reverse it. Left, right, left, right. Right, left, left, right, left. Left, right, left, right. Out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in. One more, out, in. Hold it. Toes back down. Let's roll all the way back down the spine. Exhale. And back into that neutral spine, neutral pelvis position. Let's take a ring or a ball or a thick towel and put it above your knees and squeeze until those hips, knees, and toes line up. Hold the squeeze and then squeeze in a little more, but never opening up the knees wider than the hips. Squeeze, keep that tension, keep the pelvis neutral, and keep breathing. 8 more of these. Hold the squeeze. Now articulate back up the spine, 1 vertebra at a time, all the way to the top until the hip flexors are open and you're no more past the shoulder blades. And then squeeze again. Keep the ribs wrapped, keep the abs in. We're going to do 1 more set of 8. Hold it there. Just a couple of taps up and down, flat back, no articulation. Keep breathing. 4 of these. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll down. 1, 2, 3. Release the ring or the ball or the towel. And let those legs open wide by pulling the heels together and the knees apart. And just feel that rest in the low back and in the inner thighs. Take an inhale, exhale, and put the arms into goalpost arms. You want to try to get the wrists and the elbows on the floor. The palms are up, the ribs are down, the abs are engaged, and we're just going to go up, and then we're going to come down. Never letting the upper arm come out of the joint. Keep those arms in the upper arms into the shoulder joint and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up, down, wide open chest. Up, down, and hold. And just rest there. Take a deep breath. Bring the arms down. Bring the legs up. Put them in tabletop. And it's time for our ab series, starting with 100. Legs in tabletop. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Arms to 90. Plug the shoulders. Open the chest. Take your inhale. Exhale up. And you're going to find that leg position best suited for you. Squeeze your inner thighs together, navel to spine, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 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 In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Breathe in. And out. And in. And out. And down. Thus the 100. Now comes the roll up. For those tight backs, low backs, roll a skinny towel. Place it under your waist to help prepare you and facilitate the roll up. Flex the feet. Once again, plug the shoulders, wrap the ribs, sink the belly, and lift the pelvic floor. Find your powerhouse. We're going to go up. Take your inhale first. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the neck long. Keep the shoulders in their sockets. Reach forwards. Sink the belly. And then with control, roll back down using the breath. Inhale. Exhale. And down. Again, exhale, pull the navel in, strap on that seat belt and make it tight around your waist, and then back down. Two more, inhale, exhale, reach. And then down, always with control, articulating through the spine. One more. Keep the rounding of the spine as you reach forward. At no time is the back straight during the roll up. That's why they call it the roll up. And rest. Take your towel away. Find your body in supine. Your tailbone is on, your ribs are on, your shoulder blades are on, the back of the neck is long to the floor, the head is pressing gently into the floor as you lift one leg into the air without moving the trunk or pelvis. Cross your midline and around. Cross it and around. Try to get a long leg. Think about lengthening the back of the leg and reach. Draw a circle to the ceiling. It can be a small circle or it can be a big circle. But if it's a big circle, it needs to be stabilized by the pelvis and the trunk. Reverse it. Out. 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 4, 3, 2, chest open. 1. Change sides. Cross the midline and around. The standing leg, the leg on the floor, is long to the floor, helping stabilize the pelvis and the trunk. Reverse your circle. Four more. And rest. Bring the knees in. You'll feel the low back open up when the knees come to the chest. And just hold it there for a minute and take a deep breath. I should say for a few seconds. Then let's roll up. We're rolling like a ball. Rounded back. Remains rounded throughout the exercise. Drop the shoulders. Focus downwards. Squeeze the inner thighs. Let's inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Elbows are broad. Don't stop breathing. And one more. And hold. Now, we're going to roll back halfway to the shoulder blades for single leg stretch. Keep the ankle and the knee at the same height. Don't drop that ankle down. And let's press one knee in and exchange. Use your breath. Stay high in the upper back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now both knees come in. Come up high on the shoulder blades for double leg stretch. Up and in. Up and in. Eyes over the knees. Each time, reach long with the legs. 4 more. 3 more. 2. Last one. In time for scissor. Keep the pelvis neutral. And switch. And switch. Switch. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your head to the floor. Widen your chest. Reach long through the arms. Stabilize through the upper body. Tailbone on. Open it. And then cross it 3 times. Open, cross. Open, cross. Open, cross. Open, cross. Open. 1 more. Open. Take those legs up into the 90-degree mark or wherever your tailbone remains intact. Scoop the belly and lift up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Two more. Tabletop. Ready for the crisscross. Almost done with the ab series. 2, 3. Reach with the armpit. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees in. Take a stretch through that low back. Take a breath. And then let's shoot into a pencil stretch and hold. There will be days when you do things very easily, and there will be days where you don't. Always honor what your body tells you. If you need to take breaks, it's perfectly fine. It's better to do one perfect exercise than a repetition of exercises that are not done correctly. So from here, we're going to bring our knees in and we're going to roll up for spine stretch forward. Booster seats, if your low back or hamstrings are tight, bend the knees to relieve the hamstrings. If not, straight legs, energy out through the heels. Feet are flexed, shoulders are down. We're going to peel off an invisible wall, starting at the top of the head. Inhale, exhale, and reach. Inhale, exhale, and up. Another. Peel from the head to the shoulders, to the blades, to the low rib, to the waist, to the top of the hips, and reach. Scoop the belly. Peel back with the hips, the waist, the ribs, the shoulder blades, the shoulders, the neck, and the head. One more time. Good job. Let's come to the ends of our mat and let's do open leg rocker. Legs open, the width of the mat, knees and ankles, the same level, elbows broad, low back rounded towards the floor. On the roll back, you look down and then come back up to the horizon with your eyes. We're going to inhale at the top, exhale, roll, inhale back, exhale, roll, inhale back. Develop a breathing pattern for this and it will facilitate the exercise. Roll, up, roll, up. If you choose to go to the full leg, much harder. Squeeze those inner thighs together, drop the shoulders, inhale at the top, exhale, up, exhale, up, exhale, inhale, exhale. This is the last one. Inhale, lift the chest, eyes on the horizon, hold it there, bring the legs together, come down for the corkscrew. Squeeze those inner thighs together, lift it up. The hips will rotate in a circle, come back in. Up, the other direction, and come back in. So from the waist down, the hips, the thighs, the calves, the feet are all together in one. Up, circle, and stop. Up, circle, stop. Up, circle, stop. One more. Up, circle, stop. Bring the knees in, come up. Time for the saw. The feet are flexed. You widen those legs accordingly. You're going to have to reach onto each side if you can get to that little toe. If not, that's okay too. But if you're having trouble reaching it, then close the legs a bit. Sit nice and tall, flex the feet, sit tall, turn. Look behind you and reach. 2, 3, up. Sit tall, turn, keep tall, and now fold forward over the leg, reach. 2, 3, up. Back to center, turn, and reach. 2, 3, up, back to center, turn, and reach. 2, 3, up, back to center. One more, turn, and fold, and up high, and center, and turn, and fold, and up, and center. Close your legs. It is time for our prone work. We're going to extend the spine now with the start of the single leg kick. So we're going to lengthen both legs, broaden the elbows, clasp the hands, and press the hands into the floor as you rise up to the ceiling with your chest. Point, flex, point, lower, 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 point, flex, point, and lower. From here, we're going to add the double leg kick, turning our head, placing our hands at the small of our back, clasping, dropping our elbows down to the floor, and then kicking 3 times with both legs. And now reach up and arch, turn, and 1, 2, 3. Up and turn, 1, 2, 3. Lengthen, turn, bend, kick, 2, 3. Last one, turn, 1, 2, 3. Good job. Let's come into child's pose and give our low back a nice stretch. Let's practice some swans. The swan, in its glory, is a difficult exercise. So I like to prep it out and learn it from the ground up. So we're going to bring our elbows into the sides of our body. Our shoulder blades are going to kiss. Our collarbones are wide open. We're going to arch up without recruiting our upper traps and then come back down. Up, back down, up, back down, up, back down. Now from here, we're going to practice the lower body movement. Lift and lower. When you lift, you have to engage the glutes and lengthen through the legs. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. One more. Lift, lower. Now let's meld the two together. Up with the back, up with the legs. Back, legs. Up, 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 and one more child's pose. We're going to go into sideline. We're not going to do too much leg work because we did that in vertical today. But I would like to take a moment, stretch the quads, and work on some of the side teasers. So let's line up our hips, knees, and toes. Press our hips forward. Grab the ankle, the front ankle of the top leg, and pull the heel to the glute. And just relax into the stretch and breathe, getting that front of the thigh stretched out. Now to take it a bit further and work into the hip flexors, the tensor fasciae lata. We're going to go back with that knee on the top and feel that stretch. Don't arch the back. Keep the hips forward. This goes a little deeper into the hip flexors. Good job. Now from this position, we're going to come up onto our elbow and prepare for the side teaser. So we're in one straight line. The hips are stacked, the shoulders are stacked. Don't raise the shoulders when you lift. Lift the legs, use the core, but don't lift the shoulders. We're going to roll the hips backwards, squeeze the inner thighs, lift the legs, and reach and back down. Inhale. The abs really have to do some work here. Exhale, pull that navel to the spine and up and back down. Again, inhale, exhale, and back down. And this is your last one. Inhale, exhale, and back down. I went too far on that one. Okay, come into the center and let's go to the other side and let's stretch our quad on the right leg. So line up the hips, the knees, and make sure the hips are pressing forward and take a moment to do some breath. Now take that knee a little farther back and hold. Keep the hips forward. Coming up onto the elbow, stacking the hips, stacking the shoulders. We've really got to turn on the abs. We've got to turn on the hip flexors. And we're going to roll the hip back and then lift the legs, squeeze them together and lift and back down to center on the floor. Shoulders down, chest open. Inhale, exhale, and back down. Very controlled movement. Inhale. Exhale. Control is one of the principles of the Pilates practice. So always remember, control, control, control. Last one. Inhale. And rest. Good job. Let's come forward. And now we're going to practice the teaser and supine. You can use your little roll for your spine here. And today we're going to do the prep only because that one really demands the core to take over and no cheating. So slightly bend the right leg, put the left leg to the right leg, bring the arms out to the side. We're going to inhale. We're going to lift the head, then the shoulders, and we're going to come up to a seated position, and then we're going to roll back down. We're going to try not to use our legs because when you use your legs, they act as a force to get you up. Keeping your legs where they are, there can be no cheating. Let's try that again. Inhale. Keep the bent knee and the heel firm into the floor. Exhale. And back down. And this is your last one on this side. Inhale. Exhale. Once again, control. Now the left leg bends, the right leg goes up. Inhale to prepare. Find your powerhouse and come up. Try not to use momentum. Use core control. Inhale. Exhale. Use your breath. One more. Inhale. And back down. And give yourself a stretch. Flex your feet. Reach above your head. Point your toes. Flex your toes. Point. Flex. Point. Flex. Point. And flex. Good job. Let's come up into a seated position. And let's practice some hip flexor ab work. Sort of incorporating that teaser. So we're going to do hip circles right now. We're going to keep our hands either here or elbows, no wrists, keeping the chest wide, or coming up into a high seated position, fingertips going away from the body, chest stays open. This is the hip circle, and it starts in the high teaser. Squeeze the legs together, circle the legs, and come back up. Now, keep the circle small if you're learning this, because if you don't, you're going to strain the low back and you're going to shift through the pelvis, which we don't want you to do. How you avoid that is by keeping the legs really tight together and keeping the heels glued. Let's go the other direction. Circle and up. Circle, up. Circle, up. Circle, up. Don't shift through the pelvis. Circle, up and hold, and come up. Good job. Okay, that's the hip circles. All right, now we're going to move to the prone position and practice our swimming. Turn over. Place the hips firmly onto the floor. Bring the arms over your head. Slide your upper arms into the shoulder joint. Press your hands into the floor and arch up and lower. Let's just prep it out first. Up and lower. Up and lower. Up and hold. Now, lift the thighs off, lift the arms off, shoulders in their sockets, and let's swim. Opposite arm, opposite leg, use your breath. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. One more. In and out. Legs long to the floor. Spiral the shoulders up and arch. Two more. Hold it here, shoulders back, palms up, thighs off, the dart, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, one more, inhale, exhale, reach, come in, and stretch that low back into a child. Coming up. And we're going to practice the snake. So, we're going to just do 2 on each side, and then before we go to the other side, we'll go into our Mermaid Series to get a nice stretch there. One leg, the top leg is in the front, the back leg is behind, about a little more than a hip's width apart. We're going to take our arms out as long as they will go. We're going to rotate through the torso. We're going to pivot up into downward dog. Press the heels, slide the shoulders. Move into the plank. Pull the navel up. Hold it. A little upper body arch. Then back to plank. Move into downward dog. Press the heels. And then pivot up on the toes. And rest. Good. One more time. A little more circular. A little smoother. Let's go. Up. Follow my breathing pattern. Good job. All right, let's get a little mermaid in here and stretch. Bring the elbow out and turn and look. And let's go to the other side. The snake. Remember, the top leg goes in the front, the back leg goes in the back, towards the end of the mat. We're going to turn, get those arms out long because we're going to go into plank. Pull the navel in, shoulders down, pivot up, downward dog, into the plank with a little upper back arch, back into the plank. Pass through into downward dog. Pull the navel in. And then back down. Let's go. A little more circular. You're getting this. Let's try it one more time. Ready? Inhale. Wonderful stretch through the spine. Up into the strong plank. Into the arch. Upper body. Back to plank. Take a moment here in that downward dog. Calves are stretching, back is stretching, and down. And move right into the traditional mermaid. And up. Elbows bend and look behind you and hold. Back to center. Let's face one direction with our heels together and our knees apart. Thread your arms through your inner thighs, holding on to the outer ankle. This is the seal. You can do it with the taps or without. You choose. 1, 2, 3. Roll. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think that's my favorite exercise. It's so fun to move back and forth like that. Roll back. It's time for our leg stretches. Always remember, we need to stretch after every exercise program we do. Bring our bodies back to its natural state. Keep our muscles supple. I'm going to flex the foot, lift the leg up, broaden the elbows, widen the chest. Take an inhale. Exhale. Take it out to the side. Keep the pelvis square and feel the stretch through the inner thighs. Bring it back up, cross it through the midline, change hands, flex the feet. Now the outer lateral leg IT band area. Back up, hold it, and rest. Change sides. Flex that foot, heel to the ceiling, leg long. This is your time to breathe, to think about your body and how it's coming back to its natural state. What a good job you did, how you feel warm all over but energized. Take it out to the side. Keep the breath. Cross the midline. Back up. Put both feet in. Lift the head. And roll up. Find a comfortable place to sit. Lifting through each vertebra, elongating the spine, pressing the shoulders down as you lengthen through the neck. And look to your right, and to your left, and to your right, and to your left. Back to center. Left ear to left shoulder, and hold. Keep a distance between your ear and your shoulder. Really important. The traps are stretching, upper traps. Look to the diagonal down, and up, and down, and up. One more, down, up, back to center. Roll the shoulders. Change sides. Right ear to right shoulder. Feel the stretch. Use your breath. Diagonal down, diagonal up, down, up, down, up. One more, down, up, back to the center. Once again, roll the shoulders back, roll the shoulders forward. Now let's use our breath. We're going to take 4 breaths in, hold it for 4, let 8 breaths come out. All the air goes in, all the air goes out, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's go. Hold. Let it out. Again, inhale. Hold. Let it out. Good class, everybody. Have a great weekend. Our last week is next week, Monday, 9 o'clock cardio fusion, 10 o'clock Pilates. See you then. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.